Welcome back to Fast Stock Market News, where I give you all the news as fast as I can. So today was a good day in the stock market, and overall all the indexes finished in the green. We have the S&P 500 finishing 0.95% in the green, the Dow finishing 0.6 in the green. We have the Nasdaq finishing up 1.51 in the green. And we have the Russell finishing up almost 2% in the green, along with crude finishing higher. So what caused all the markets to pop today? Let's take a look.
Tyler, thanks very much. The minutes show that participants at the Fed meeting in May agreed the Fed should move, quote, expeditiously towards neutral. Most judged a 50 basis point increase likely, quote, appropriate at the next couple of meetings. That meant the meeting they raised 50 at plus a couple more. And this is the line that stood out for me. They said a restrictive stance on monetary policy may well become appropriate. That means raising the rate above neutral to try to reduce economic growth. The Fed acknowledged the challenges of fighting inflation and keeping labor markets strong, a polite way of saying that they could not assure, for example, a soft landing. The Fed, they did say, however, they should assess the risk to the economy later this year from rate hikes. That is sort of embracing this idea that Raphael Bostic has put out lately about getting to neutral and then looking around. A number supported selling the mortgage-backed securities after the runoff is well underway, and several saw potential for, quote, unanticipated effects in financial markets from the runoff of the balance sheet. And there was concern also about Treasury market liquidity and the risk in commodity markets, or the risk from commodity markets from higher prices. On inflation, some worried that inflation expectations could become unanchored. Many expected a tight labor market and wage pressure to continue for some time. New inflation pressures were seen from China as well as the Ukraine war. Higher wages and input prices were being passed on to the consumer, and inflation risks were skewed to the upside. Overall, however, there was a positive outlook for GDP growth both in this quarter and for this year that was seen moderating this year relative to last year's.
So yeah, that's one of the big reasons stocks jumped today. Basically, we're being rug pulled, as a lot of people on the YouTube space like to say. Stocks rose on Wednesday after the minutes on the Federal Reserve May policy meeting showed the central bank is prepared to raise rates further than the market had anticipated. A lot of this was already getting priced in. The minutes from the Fed on May 3rd meeting showed the officials saw the need to raise rates quickly as possible, and possibly more than the market had priced in, to quell the recent inflationary pressures. One of the things that basically made the market pop, as Peter Bukovar, probably botched his name, Bukovar, said here, there weren't any surprises in which is why we probably bounced, and even after it hit, we've been all over the place, said the chief investor officer of Bleakley Advisory Group. There's nothing new in it, but the market didn't want to hear any more hawkishness than the hawkishness they had already laid out. So basically, there was no new news, and we weren't getting blindsided by any things that could have caused the market to tank. So that's what caused us to rally today. There were some earnings I just want to report, and I'll quickly get to them. Probably the biggest earnings for the day was company reporting was Nvidia, and Nvidia did fall in the after hours, basically saying what has been reiterated over and over by a lot of the big companies out there, basically reporting that Nvidia actually did beat on their top line. They beat on EPS at $1.36. But like a lot of companies out there that are reporting, they are lowering guidance. Along with Nvidia will slow down the hiring pace and control expenses as a company deals with challenging macroeconomic environment, said that CFO Coelt Kress said. So this is basically the big reporter, and you could see in the after hours, Nvidia did dump, almost fell down about 10%, but it recovered a little bit after the conference call started, and yeah, ultimately ended the day about a little bit in the red, negative 1.5%. And yeah, that's probably the biggest company that reported today, and that's basically the stock market news for today, guys. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Thanks again, everyone, for watching Fast Stock Market News. If you enjoyed the video, consider subscribing, commenting, or liking the video. I would greatly appreciate it. My name is Gio, and I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Take care.